Horns up, good morning, and welcome to Coffee and Questions. So, YouTube is, well, pushing this new live streaming feature on Shorts, and therefore, here I am every morning trying to game the system. Not really, I'm just doing this because it's fun. Hey, good morning and welcome to the live stream. As always, love to know where you're watching from. How are you doing? I've got my cup of black coffee with a little bit of stevia in it. Got it in my cereal eater mug. And last night I cooked up some steak. I cooked up a 28-day dry aged ribeye steak. Hello, Days of the Phoenix. Good morning. Hello, Suzanne D. How are you doing? So, yeah, I cooked up a 28-day dry aged steak last night. I don't know if I can show you guys that steak. Let me see. There are a whole bunch of buttons here. I wonder what they do. Highlight saved to your channel as an unlisted video. Okay. I don't know what that means. Interesting. Okay. Now I understand what's going on. Or maybe I don't. Cool. The Ghost Pirate. Well, congratulations, your exams are over. Hello, Pagan Chainsaw. Hello, Calendar Page. Good to see you all. As I was saying, last night I cooked up a 28-day dry aged steak that I picked up in Bangkok. It was really delicious. And one thing I noticed about the dry aged steak is that it's actually very, very dry. Obviously, because when you dry age meat, you lose a lot of moisture. So, in terms of like one of the things that I do when I make steak is I season the steak and I keep it on a wire rack for a couple of hours or maybe even overnight. And normally, a lot of moisture will sort of leach out of the steak, which didn't happen on this one, which I found very interesting. And even when I cut it and it was a perfect medium, it wasn't like oozing out juices. So that was my first sort of experience with like maybe a proper dry aged steak at home. Though I did do some dry aging myself, but like this is 28 days dry age proper by the professionals. And it was quite interesting, nice beefy flavor, very tasty. But yeah, very cool. Cooking gives me such anxiety. Any tips? Yeah, with cooking, honestly, it's just about repetition, practice. Perhaps instead of trying to do like complicated recipes, take very very simple things. Start by boiling some eggs, chopping some salad for yourself, making a vinaigrette. Small things, simple. I've got a lot of 3 and 5 ingredient recipes. Maybe try those. Those will definitely help you. Why did you give up keto? Ah, yes. So I think this is the reason in the last few days I've had a lot of people unsubscribe from the channel, because I think a lot of the older keto crowd is now seeing my videos again and they're realizing that I no longer do keto and they are like, oh, time to unsubscribe, which is great actually, because we need to rebuild this channel from scratch, which is a very difficult process, but I think I will get through it. The reason I gave up keto is first and foremost, I actually feel better when I eat carbs. Whenever I ate, whenever I restarted my keto, I would get very sad and I didn't really enjoy it. Also, as a food content creator, it really doesn't work for me to be so restricted. As someone who travels only to eat, I mean, I was literally off keto more than I was on keto. So there was no point in me sticking to it because it was not a sustainable diet for me personally. For somebody else it might be fine, but for me it's not. Yeah, so I pretty much just eat a well balanced diet, lots of fruits, vegetables, good amount of protein to keep the muscles. I work out a couple of times a week. I walk. So yeah, just try and live an overall healthy life. The ghost pirate. So keto is a diet. Well, actually, ketosis is a metabolic state when the body is deprived of carbohydrates, and there is a diet called the keto diet where you don't eat carbs mostly. So you cut out all the rice, the bread, the pasta, and what happens is your body, when it's deprived of carbs largely and sugars, it starts to metabolize fat for fuel. And for this reason, you basically eat a high fat diet. But like with any diet, the only time you lose weight is when you actually eat in a calorie deficit. So with the keto diet, because you are largely eating proteins and fat, you feel satiated much more than when you eat carbs. So for a lot of people, they lose weight on keto without feeling hungry, or they're always full, because that's the sort of mechanism of the diet. But like with most diets, if you do it once, the first time it's very effective. Then if you repeat it, it's less effective, and then you do it another time, it's even less effective, unless you're actually very like weighing out all your food and your portions and your calorie counting to the last gram. Yeah, you're gonna have trouble. It's not easy. Dieting is not easy, which is why I sort of changed my approach to the whole thing, and I said just live a sustainable lifestyle, make small changes, look for more realistic ways to actually balance out your weight. And it's not for everyone. Some people can't do that. Some people just they need very, very strong rules and sort of restrictions in their life, and that's fine. I had a severe reaction to almond flour. So basically, you have a nut allergy, maybe, because almond flour is just ground almonds. So I'm going to assume that maybe almonds are just not good for you. And that's the other thing. When people use almond flour, they don't realize that they're actually just ground almonds. And almonds are very calorie dense foods. So, while keto again is good, but if you're starting to do keto breads and all, then the keto bread slice is double the calories of a regular bread slice. And then if you're making a sandwich, what should have been a 300-400 calorie sandwich is now 600 calories. So a lot of people do keto and don't lose weight as well, because they're eating a lot of calories. People coating chicken in pork rinds and stuff like that. Like now, pork rinds are super high calorie. It's like ridiculous calories in pork rinds. Have you made biryani yet? Might have missed if you did. Can you do that once? So I've done quite a few biryanis on the channel. Do look for Headbangers Kitchen Biryani. I've done a regular mutton biryani in the old days of the channel. I've done a bacon mutton biryani. I've done a keto biryani. I've done a healthy biryani. And more recently, I did like a beef pulao. So there are quite a few recipes on the channel for biryani like foods. I particularly love the what I call the diet biryani, because it's just fewer calories basically. Hey River Cheese, you are excited to learn that I'm Sindhi? No, thank you. Um, I do not speak Sindhi, unfortunately, and I'm glad you've been following the channel. Like I said, for those who want the keto diet stuff, there are 400 recipes on the channel. You can always just use those. Winnie 2609, yes, I've got many minced beef recipes, including some amazing kebabs. So if you want to find my recipes with a particular ingredient, I would recommend going to my website headbangerskitchen.com and just typing in the ingredient name in the search bar. So if you type ground beef or just beef, you'll get all my beef recipes. For example, I've done lovely kebab kubide. I've done I think I also did a Adana kebab. These are two amazing kebabs from Turkey, which I've made. How to make keto sustainable for vegetarians? Honestly, Sandeep, I don't think vegetarians should be doing keto. You guys are already protein deficient by not eating meat, and some of you don't even eat eggs in India. It's very unsustainable. You're better off instead just counting your calories and eating things in moderation. The problem with vegetarians is vegetarians are not eating vegetables. Most vegetarians are just eating potato and french fries and pasta and very high carb foods. Instead, eat everything but focus more on protein with your diet, Sandeep. Rather than trying to do keto or anything, just eat a balanced vegetarian diet with a focus on protein. Include more vegetables in your diet, more fruits, less potato chips, less cheesy pasta, less pizza. That stuff is what's actually the problem. Yum, cheesy pasta and pizza. Yes, okay. Ooh, oven baked chicken. I always wonder the ingredients they use here in the store bought oven roasted chicken in the US. You know what? It's probably just some spices. It's probably not. Um, like, just buy it and eat it and enjoy it because I know it's pretty affordable over there. And yes, I've also done a roast chicken, but I will definitely do some more roast chicken recipes for sure. Yeah, why not? I love a good chicken. I'll do a how to. Why not? So is this the Costco roast chicken that you're talking about? Because I see a lot of Americans talk about the Costco roast chicken that's like $5 and it's cheaper than a raw chicken. So I have relatives in the US and they used to always bring us some stuff from Costco like seasoning, so lemon pepper seasoning and steak seasoning and all this stuff in those Costco. From Costco, they would buy it and bring it for us. So I've known about Costco for a while, of course, even before the YouTube era. But yeah, I wish we got rotisserie chickens in Bombay where I live. It's mostly just yeah. There's no rotisserie chickens here. Ah, Vaughn's Farmland, Randall, nice. Yeah, I would love for someone to open up a good rotisserie chicken place in Bombay city. We used to have one really nice place back in the day, but like it was a proper restaurant. So here in like in Bombay, most of the rotisserie chickens, even if they do open up, it's like a proper restaurant. You should check Bandra West Hill Road. I live in Khar, so I'm always around Bandra West. It's very hard to find. There's no one doing it anymore because I don't think there's a market here for rotisserie chicken or not a big enough market. Like everything is masaledar now in Bombay. In Bombay, everything is super masaledar. So one rotisserie chicken place opened up recently in Bandra on Carter Road. It shut down in 2 months. Hey, Ghost Pirate, nice from Bandra. So all the Bandra people are here now. Thank you, Sandeep. I'm glad you enjoyed all the keto recipes and the keto videos. They will always remain on the channel. How's the rock and metal scene in Bombay? It's not bad. There are regular shows that happen. Sometimes we get international bands showing up, but it's not like the craziest scene. I think Bangalore has a sort of more vibrant metal scene compared to Bombay. Bombay is a lot of Bollywood and a lot of yeah non metal and rock stuff. The rotisserie chicken from Walmart in the US are huge and jiggly, kind of sketchy. Can't trust the chicken there too. Well, I don't live there, so I really have no opinion, except that they sound like great deals. True, always best to buy and roast your own, but something about that rotisserie that you can't do at home. I don't know why, unless you own a rotisserie, I think. Yum, that sounds yum. Guys, you are making me want to order a rotisserie chicken early in the morning. Yeah, I can't imagine. I think in the US there are plenty of sort of checks and balances for food in the supermarket. Like the amount of waste in America, from what I've seen, like things that get thrown out when they're actually fine, but just because the expiry date has a thing there, it sort of goes into the bin. It's just quite crazy. Hey Judy, I'm glad you make the mug bread and you enjoy the recipe, and of course the beef and broccoli stir fry. Yum. Yeah, and thank you to everyone who watches my channel and supports what I do. I greatly appreciate it, and I would like you all to know that even if I don't do keto anymore, like I said, the keto recipes remain on the channel. Why do you eat so much non-veg? Hi Sarita, first of all, we don't call it non-veg on the channel because guess what? 70% of Indians eat meat. So why are people who don't eat vegetarian food called non-vegetarians? In fact, we just eat food. So the term non-vegetarian comes from a caste system in the Hindu religion, which sort of denotes that, because see, in the Hindu religion, vegetarianism is associated with your purity, which is complete bullshit, by the way. You are not a better human being because you are vegetarian. And that is why in India, even though only 30% eat vegetarian food, they call all the 70% of people who are not vegetarians, they are called non-veg, which is not veg. So we just don't we don't use that term non-veg on my channel. We just say meat. And if you don't eat meat, you are a vegetarian. Very simple. Now, the reason why I eat so much meat is because meat has protein. Protein is the building blocks for muscle. Now, if you look at most old people today, they look very frail and very weak, and they have so much, like, sagging skin, and they can't do basic things because they are weak. And where does that weakness come from? Lack of muscle. And how do you build and maintain muscle? By eating protein. That is why, for me, I have watched my grandparents become weak in their old age. Yeah. And I don't want to be at that point ever in my life, though I will at some point. But I know that if I keep lifting weights, if I eat sufficient protein, I will be able to maintain a lot more muscle than my grandparents were ever able to. Which is why I will keep eating meat and I will keep working out and lifting weights so that when I am old, I will still have some muscle and I will be able to do basic daily tasks. Because I don't have kids, I'm not going to have anyone that I can depend on to take care of me. I will have to take care of myself. So that's why I eat meat and I lift weights. And a lot of people don't think about this. This is a very important thing, and it's something that I've realized now. And here's the thing, in India, despite 70% of people eating meat, 80% of Indians are protein deficient because they are not getting enough protein. They are not eating enough meat or taking protein supplements or whatever. Because if you look at the Indian vegetarian diet, it is just carbs. There is no protein coming from anywhere. Like, there are minor little bits of protein. Like, people think paneer, which is an Indian cheese, is a lot of protein. It's not. It's more fat. Paneer is a lot of fat and a little protein for sure. Even tofu is only 8 grams of protein per 100 grams. So where are you going to get protein from? For a long time, Indians are led to believe that lentils and chickpeas are high sources of protein, but they are not. They are again more carbs than protein. Like, for example, chickpeas. Let's pull up the nutrition. Yeah, let's look at 100 grams of chickpeas, and I'm going to assume this is 100 grams of raw chickpeas. Okay, forget it. Let's go to boiled chickpeas. Easier for people to visualize. 100 grams of boiled chickpeas has 9 grams of protein. Now, if you wanted to get the same amount of protein as a chicken breast, you would need to eat 200 and 300 grams of chickpeas almost. Can you imagine the farts, the gas of eating 300 grams of chickpeas in one sitting to get like 9 plus 9 plus 9, 27 grams of protein? Whereas one chicken breast will give you 31 grams of protein in, and it's much easier to eat one chicken breast. Hello, Sam Thiman. Hello, Sam. Hey, Pagan Chainsaw. Yeah, you know, if you're happy with protein powder, by all means, go for it. Yep, I also never waste any, I never waste meat. As long as it's edible, I will eat the meat. I will eat all of the sort of organs, everything. Eat everything. Right, where do I live currently? I currently reside in Mumbai, India. Oh wow, we have 63 people on this live stream. Well, thank you all for spending your Saturdays. Well, is it Sunday or Saturday? Sunday. Well, your Saturday night or your Sunday morning with me, depending on where you live. Mr. Obaidullah, I have lost confidence on keto. What is your advice? My advice is don't do keto. My advice is make small, sustainable lifestyle changes that you can actually adhere to. If you're struggling with keto, don't do keto. Make sustainable lifestyle changes that you can actually follow. What does that even mean now? You might be thinking. Let me give you a basic example. Let's say you for breakfast on a normal day you eat 2 eggs, 2 toasts and 2 rashers of bacon. Yeah? Now what you could do is you could make it 1 toast and 1 rasher of bacon and add a fruit to it. Maybe you don't do any exercise or anything. You can start by walking for 15 minutes inside your house every day. Maybe you are a busy person and you have a lot of calls to answer. You could just start by walking in your house when you're taking your calls, something like that. Make changes to your lifestyle that are manageable, like that don't feel like such a big jump. Because what happens is you may have motivation for a little while, like you say, okay, I'm going to do keto now, I'm going to lose weight. Yes, you will have motivation for a week, 2 weeks, but motivation runs out. What do you do when that happens? If you have made small changes to your lifestyle, those are then your habits. They are not something that require motivation. If you walk 15 minutes every day, in 2 months you'll get used to it and you'll be like, oh, this is just part of life now. So that's why. Where can you get good bacon in Mumbai? Do you buy them frozen? Sometimes frozen, sometimes not, but I go to Joseph's Cold Storage for more affordable bacon. Uh, Lots of artisanal people making things now. So Cavo Meats does some killer bacon. I also buy bacon from the big supermarkets, so you get the imported bacon as well. You also get Prasuma bacon, which is very good. Then there is a Sri Lankan brand called Sumeru, which is fabulous. So lots of places to buy good meat in Mumbai now. Hey Sam, yeah, for sure. You should check out my other channel, Pizza Wars, where I walked around the city and reviewed 60 pizza restaurants. It's called Headbanger Eats. Christopher, absolutely agree with you. If keto is helping you to eat less, whatever we like to call junk food or high calorie food or processed food or whatever you want to call it, yeah, by all means. Um, you know, but the thing is, unfortunately, for a lot of people, you know, I mean, it's a shame that like processed foods are just so much cheaper than good natural whole foods. Like, why are vegetables and fruit so expensive? Why is meat expensive? Will pani puri meat? Absolutely. I was thinking of doing like a steak tartare in pani puri with like a nice, almost like a broth. I'm very excited to try it. Like a steak tartar pani puri, it'll be amazing. Yeah, and for some people it absolutely is. Like for a lot of people who were diabetic, they were like keto is a lifesaver and we will never stop doing keto. And more power to them. Now at least there are keto products available for them, so you can go to the supermarket and you can buy a keto tortilla, you can buy a keto cake, keto cookies, keto protein bar. It's all available. So a lot of people don't even need to cook now if they want to do keto. Like when my channel started, one of the reasons that the channel also became popular was because if you wanted to do keto, you had to make your own food. You couldn't buy keto bread in your supermarket, you couldn't buy a keto tortilla. You had to come onto my channel or anybody else's channel and find a recipe that you could actually make. I wonder what's up with Keto Connect. I haven't heard from them in a long time. Ah, they just uploaded a new video 4 days ago. They're making a chicken coop. Interesting. I'll watch it after this live stream. Does eating slow make you not gain weight? No, that is absolute rubbish. The speed at which you eat has nothing to do with weight gain or weight loss, unless it means you eat more food or less food. So, Ghost Pirate, here's the only thing I can tell you about eating slow. What could be one of the reasons you lose weight by eating slowly is that it takes your stomach about 20 minutes to tell your brain that it's full. So if you're eating slowly, there's a chance that halfway through your meal, your stomach has already sent the signal to the brain and then you'll eat less food, and that is why you will lose weight. So eating slow may cause you to eat less food, but you're losing weight only because you consume less food. However, if I were to consume less food but eat it fast, it would make no difference to weight loss. I would still lose weight. Hey, good morning, Quincy. Yes, if you eat slow, you are likely to fill up faster, like I said, because it takes your stomach 20 minutes to tell the brain that it's full. So people who gobble up their food, it maybe they eat more food because they're not giving their stomach time to register this and you look like Keralite. Cool. My wife is actually Malu. Though I am not. I am a Sindhi. Not that it matters because honestly, I don't care about these labels. I've never understood people who are like, I'm proud to be this community or proud to be from this country or proud to be this religion, blah, 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 blah. Because it's not like you got a choice in the matter. You were just born into that. And I mean, if it life would be very different if you had no religion, no country and no ethnicity till you became 18 years old, and then everyone gave you an option like, now you get to pick your religion, your ethnicity and all these other things. Now you can actually weigh the pros and cons of them and you can decide. That would be interesting. What's your opinion on transgenderism and psychedelics? I don't like psychedelics. I'm not really one for substance use. And as for transgenderism, I don't really care. If someone wants to be trans and they are happy, good for them. Hey Rima, good to see you too. Hello. Quincy, that's awesome, man. Keep playing that bass. So the beef I use in my recipes, yes, is water buffalo meat. So yeah. Do I watch or play any sports? Am I a fan of boxing or MMA? No, I don't like violent sports. I've never enjoyed watching two grown men beat each other to pulp. Though I do see highlights of MMA and boxing from time to time because now, thanks to social media, when you scroll, stuff shows up any which way, and then when you watch one of them, they keep showing up in your feed. But I'm not really a fan of that stuff. My wife is from Palakkad in Kerala. I watch a lot of cricket because my wife is she works with ESPN Crick Info, so cricket is always on in the house. I used to watch a lot of sports as a kid. I used to watch cricket, football, basketball. I used to play them also, but after I discovered my love for heavy metal music, I just lost interest in all other things in life except cooking. So, yeah. Yes, I visited Palakkad once and I found a lovely place for some very good food. Like I had, what is, I forgot the chicken. I think it was called Noor Jahan was the restaurant and had some very good meaty food over there. Some delicious chicken and kebabs and all. Great place. Yes, the food scene in Kochi is absolutely insane. I've actually got some brisket from Kochi in the past. I've reviewed it on my channel also, Headbanger Eats. There's a guy called Steve who has a barbecue thing called Smoke Culture by Steve. So he smokes brisket and ribs and pork and all, and it's damn good. Yes, I saw the poster for Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, and I saw lots of people very angry and upset about it. I just found it very funny, you know. Um, I mean, I honestly I wouldn't call Jake Paul a YouTuber anymore. He's had plenty of fights. I mean, he's very strategic in his fights, but he is at this point the amount of training he does, I would call him a boxer only. Have you ever made pork belly? I have, but not on the channel actually. I need to do some pork belly recipes. Maybe some chashu pork belly. That would be good. I mean, look, at the end of the day, everyone's going to complain about the fight, but everyone is going to watch the fight. And I think that is exactly what is the goal of events like this. They want you to feel emotion. They want you to talk. They want you to be angry, happy, sad. It's entertainment, literally. That's what it is. It's all entertainment. Oh wow, that's so cool. You play drums and your son is learning guitar. Amazing. That's so cool. Ooh, Quincy eating some crispy pork belly. You know what I want? I want some of that Chinese pork belly, that crispy Chinese pork belly with some steamed rice and a little bit of that sweet sauce. Ooh, yeah. VD, I order 10 to 15 kilos from Tender for Sure every year. I'm a regular customer of his. In fact, there are lots of videos on my channel which are from Tender for Sure steaks. I did a whole tutorial on reverse searing the steak and stuff like that. It's all on the channel, and yeah, that's all Tender for Sure steaks. Wow, there are 52 people on this live stream. By the way, if you guys can find the like button, hit the like button, because I know now YouTube has made it difficult to see the like button for whatever reason. So, yeah. Hey, thank you, Ryan. This is my band, Demonic Resurrection, and this is the design of Narsimha, the man lion. All right, Sam, take care. Well, I'm definitely glad all of you are on this live stream. Thank you all so much. If not heavy metal music, which music would you like to play? I don't think I would have picked up an instrument if it wasn't for heavy metal. So I can't imagine playing any other kind of music, but I guess if I had to pick an alternative genre, I guess rock and roll. And if that's not an option, probably pop music. Hey Jared, good to see you. Thank you so much for all those who are finally seeing my live stream or notifications, there are lots and lots of videos on the channel that you've probably missed. Do check them out. Have a good evening, VD, and sleep well. Yes, definitely check us out. We're on Spotify, Demonic Resurrection. And my personal solo project is called Demon Stealer, which is also my stage name. Let me see if I can share some links with you guys. And of course, everything is on YouTube as well. You can just look up Demonic Resurrection and Demon Stealer. I will now give you guys because the spelling is important. There we go. Alrighty then. So it is Demonic Resurrection with 2 R's, and there is Demon Stealer. Those are the 2 projects. Those are my 2 musical endeavors currently. Well, my 1 cup of coffee is done now. These were all supposed to be like 15-minute live streams that I do in the morning just to kind of, say hello to you guys. But it's been 36 minutes now and it feels like it's only been like 5. Anyway, as always, let me know if you guys have any questions. For those who are subscribers, hello. Hopefully you will start seeing my content in your feed now. There are a lot of new videos on the channel. For those who are new to my live stream, who have never heard of me or seen me, I am a musician who has a YouTube channel about cooking, and now I focus on meat heavy recipes. I am a guitarist and vocalist. I also do play drums. So yeah. Yes, it's morning in India, but I know for my American viewers, they are about ready to get into bed. Australian viewers are probably watching after lunch, and people in Europe and the UK are probably wondering why I am doing a live stream at 5 a.m. their time, or maybe it's 4 a.m. Anyway. Wow, we've got 65 more people in here. Excellent. Hello guys, my name is Sahil. I'm a death metal musician. I play for a band called Demonic Resurrection. I also go solo by the name Demon Stealer. This is Headbanger's Kitchen, my heavy metal cooking channel, where I make recipes from India these days, and I make meat and seafood recipes to showcase the best ones we have in this country. I also take famous Indian vegetarian food and add meat to it because we are a seriously protein deficient country. So that's me in a nutshell. I also have another food channel called Headbanger Eats, where I review restaurants and foods and things that are not cooked by me. So you can check that out as well. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Why don't you guys tell me something about yourselves? Tell me your name, your age, if you feel like, and your profession. What do you do for a living? What are some of my metal influences? Well, so I started out with the standard Metallica, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Pantera, Sepultura, Fear Factory, and then I got into heavier stuff like Cannibal Corpse and Deicide and Morbid Angel and a lot of black metal like Cradle of Filth, Dimmu Borgir, a lot of the Norwegian bands, and then I was also listening to a lot of power metal like Blind Guardian, Camelot, and Nightwish. So yeah, just a whole bunch of stuff. Hey Megs, good to see you as well. Yes, definitely do check out the new videos. So what I've done is I've started Black Sabbath as well. Yeah. I started a series called Meet India. So on this series, so I don't know how many of you know, India has 28 states. Yeah. And each state has its own language, its own food culture. In fact, it has many sub-food cultures as well. And there are also 8 union territories. And apart from these 2, there are also people like myself. I am a Sindhi by birth. And then there are Parsis, there are Boris, and all these people, they don't have their own state. but they have a cuisine and a culture and they live in India, so they're Indians. So, on that series, I'm basically going from state to state, cooking up two dishes from each state and showcasing more of Indian food to you. Oh, very nice. Hey, Anony, good to see you. Thank you very much. Jared, hundreds is actually is less. It's probably 700. So, for example, I currently reside in Mumbai, which is in the state of Maharashtra. Now, the state of Maharashtra, the language is called Marathi. Above my state is the state of Gujarat. The language they speak there is Gujarati. Below there is Kerala, where they speak Malayalam. Then there is Karnataka, where they speak Kannada. Now, in each of these states, I'm only telling you the main language. Each language has different dialects every like couple of 100 kilometers, and it goes across the entire country like that. So it is very diverse. It's, when I try to explain India to people, like, there's nothing that is Indian, so to speak. What the, like this, like when you go to an Indian restaurant and you eat butter chicken and tandoori chicken, that's not Indian food. Like, it's not representative of all the Indian food. That's just North Indian food. Why so many? I mean, that's just how the it evolved. Like, because again, I don't think you're understanding the scale of, and this is, by the way, in every country. It's not just India. So if you go to even the United Kingdom, they all speak English, but you will notice the accent, the sort of inflections in the way they speak, all of that changes across the UK. Like like Londoners speak differently from those in Wales or those in Glasgow. You know, it's, yeah. What band is on the shirt? This is my band called Demonic Resurrection. You can buy our merchandise. I can share a link with you guys also. Yes, it is. We are a death metal band, symphonic death metal. Let me share some of the music also with you guys. Here you go. You can also download some of our music. So tandoori is a North Indian dish. So again, like butter chicken, tandoori chicken, palak paneer, all these dishes that you're eating, rajma chawal, these are all North Indian dishes. If you're eating things like dosa, idli, medu vada, these are all from southern India. So, like, again, what part of, like, even when it comes to Indian music, most people only think of Punjabi music or bhangra, which is only, again, North Indian music. It's not music from all across. Every state has their own music as well. How difficult is it to get beef buffalo in India? It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. We get buff. You manage a band called Swept to See. Check them out. All right, will do. I'm just going to put them in the Google search. Swept to See. All right, I've looked them up. Yeah, so I do believe in America finding goat is not going to be as easy, but you can always use lamb for my goat recipes. Yes, kind of like that. Like it evolves, right? Like Tex Mex. So now in Britain, there's like, curry house food, which is a lot of Indian inspired food, but it's sort of made for the British palate, and it's also cooked by Bangladeshi people, a lot of it, and Pakistani people. So yeah, it's that's and it has a lot to do with the immigration, migration, all that stuff. And it's fascinating. There are lots of videos that kind of explain these sort of things on YouTube, and you can always deep dive into the world of curry in the UK and in the West, and how it's evolved, and how it's gone there. But I do believe America has a lot more authentic Indian food now. You just have to look for it. You should do some music. Yeah, so check out all my music. It's all there. Lots of live concerts. Hopefully someday I will tour again with the band. Who knows? You know. So I have a separate music channel. You can look me up. I'm Demon Stealer, as I mentioned. My music channel is youtube.com/. That's my music channel. Are there any restaurants near you of different ethnic backgrounds? Do you mean like, so we have Thai food here, Chinese food here. You'll also find Mexican food here, but obviously Italian food. But a lot of it is obviously sort of what's the word I'm looking for? It's just made for the Indian palate, so to speak. But yeah, like you won't, it's not easy to find like Ethiopian food in India and like African, different kinds of African food, or very specific Middle Eastern dishes, like, say specifically Moroccan. We'll find a couple of dishes. Yeah, we have American food as well. Lots of burgers, lots of American style pizzas, things like that. How much does your culture influence your music? So that's the thing, right? Like, so when you look at India, you have to think of India as Europe. So when you say my culture, am I French? Am I German? Am I Swedish? Am I Norwegian? Which one am I? I'm none of those things. I'm Sindhi. It does not affect my music at all. In fact, I grew up with a very Western upbringing. So I speak English as my primary language. My mother tongue is Sindhi, but I've never spoken it and I barely understand it. I live in the state of Maharashtra, which is not my home state. Like, I've grown up, so Mumbai is home for me, but the state itself, Marathi, is not like my language. So I don't relate to that culture either. I grew up eating tuna salad, roast chicken, cheese toast, mac and cheese. I grew up listening to Western music like Doors, Pink Floyd, Beatles, 80s pop, 90s pop. So, what is my culture? Indian sort of the very generic Indian stuff. The only thing that I had was Bollywood, which I grew out of. And Bollywood is an amalgamation of different things based on movies. So I don't really have any Indian culture to bring to the music. So yeah, I can just bring my personality into the music. That's all. Any good authentic Korean restaurant you could recommend? So, I mean, I don't really eat Korean food because of the spice, and I don't think any of the restaurants in Bombay are authentic. There are like five of them anyway, I think. There's some restaurant called Sun and Moon. I think Tiger Yaki has some Korean stuff. Seoul Mate, and then Hangbok. That's it. About four Korean places are there, I think. They're all about okay. Though we did do a Korean food pop up recently, and that was pretty good. I quite enjoyed that. But yeah, these are pretty much the things that are there. I would smoke a brisket if I could, but there's no place in my city, so I have to order a fully smoked brisket from elsewhere. Mr. Cool Turtle, hi. Thanks, Jeff. I will check out Swept to the Sea after this live stream. Wow, I can't believe I've been on for 50 minutes. I thought this was going to be a quick live stream. I was like 15 minutes. Anyway, guys, I am going to go now because I've got to do some chores and things like that. I got to take the garbage out, got to clean up the kitchen, wash some dishes. You know how it is, guys. But it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you all. Hopefully, all those who are subscribers of mine, you will start to see my videos now. For those who have never seen my channel before, do check out some of the videos, hit the like button, watch some of the videos. And yeah, thank you. Engagement, every time I say I'm going, engagement picks up. Anyway, now I will actually go, but thank you all so much. See you on a new episode of Headbangers Kitchen tomorrow. Anyway, take care. Have a great day. Bye bye.